So hey, we're getting ready to head out, or actually I'm just getting ready to head to the shop, begin to mobilize to head to this stormwater basin repair job. It's an hour and a half away. Boss and I are going to stay overnight on this one just so we can get there early in the morning. Got concrete coming at 3 o'clock. So we're going to go get the truck loaded up, which is a considerable amount of time. It takes probably 2 or 3 hours to get all the stuff gathered up to go do these jobs, which any job, you know, has a certain amount of mobilization time to it. So you got to be sure to price that in your project.
We're taking, Boss and I are taking my truck. That's my truck I'm about to sell, one of our main workhorses, and then we've got a 1-ton dually around here. Actually, it's out on a job site right now. So we're gonna go get loaded up with all the stuff on our checklist here. This is why we do this. We make a checklist for these jobs, all the stuff we need because we're so far from home, and we go through those, check everything off as we go, and get ready to build a project.
So here we are hauling with with my truck pulling up a crazy hill. The boss is finally with me here. We're climbing this hill with the Cat 3035 in tow. Right behind it.
So what we got going on here is we're doing a catch basin repair. This one's a little different than normal. There's a sinkhole. There's a concrete pipe inlet here. The mortar sealer has either eroded or come out of or whatever, but has allowed all the base material here to weep through. So we saw cut out around this thing, and then we'll get the excavator and we'll dig out all this stuff. We'll put the debris in a container. So we're an hour and a half from home. Doesn't make sense to bring a dump truck for this, or even the dump trailer for that matter. And then we'll go from there. I've been using the Echo power cutoff saw here, or concrete saw, rescue saw, whatever you want to call it. We've had it 8 months now, I think, and it's quickly becoming a great saw. It's always been a good saw, but I think it's quickly becoming a great saw. My only gripe with it is the fuel tank is too small. I had to refill it 90% of the way through that linear footage it cuts there, so so that was the one thing I don't like about it. It needs a bigger fuel.
Want to talk about what you're doing?
Just finishing out the basin here, getting it to grade, 8 inches of concrete. We're going to smooth it around, rake off the sides, and try to make where we do as little hand work as possible. We got a $40,000 excavator. We didn't buy it to have to do a lot of hand work, so just going around fine-tuning it out right here, or roughing it in, really, not even fine-tuning it right now, roughing it in. So
We got it roughed out around here. Specs call for 8 inches of concrete all the way around, so fine-tune that here in a little bit. There was a sinkhole here, if you recall, and the grouting, or the what they call we got to reseal the pipe. You take a repair mortar or whatever, hydraulic cement, but there was none like across here at all, like the salt and everything's eating it out. And so they use all sand here apparently as their bedding material, or maybe it's all native sand, I don't know, because that tree line there is a real hard cut there, so maybe we're all on native sand, I don't know. But nonetheless, when you got all that sand, like, it's easier for that stuff to infiltrate a hole or whatever, so all that sand went washing into here over however much period of time and caused a sinkhole. Well, now we're going to seal that back up, and with mortar and repair / hydraulic cement, and get that thing sealed back up, backfill and compact and all that stuff, and then get ready to rebar for concrete. That's that.
I am not.
You're construction chic. Look at you.
I am. I even have a pencil.
You got your pencil. Feel good about our progress?
I do. I don't like that you're nervous or you've been in a weird mood all day.
Not nervous. I just anxious. Got concrete coming. Just need to get it in.
It's been like that since last night, and it's not coming. It's coming at 2:45, regardless of what happens.
Well, no, it's not coming regardless of what happens. We'll call it off if we're not ready. That's why I don't want to call it off. I don't want to come back up here another day.
We're good. I'm ready to go.
Let's go.
All right, so now it's cleaned out. We just blew some debris in there. That's some of just the loose stuff on top of the compacted stuff. Got a rebar in there. Yeah, it could be a little more square or whatever. But that's that. So it's all tied together, sitting on chairs. Now we're just waiting on concrete truck. And here we are, a big purple truckload of pain and suffering. All right, so the concrete's in, and Britt's finishing it here. I think it could wait a minute, but she gets excited, so. No, she's cheating. All right, got some new racing stripes. Wrapped up, poured, broomed. Lines painted. It's a commercial catch basin install. A lot of times we got to rebuild these, and they did not spec redoing the concrete riser. It's beat all to heck and looks terrible, but they didn't spec any other work to be done to that thing, so we only do what's in spec. So unless it just completely goes against like ethics or something needs done, there's nothing we can do with that top grate. So that's a wrap. Lots of cleanup, lots of man hours in it, time-wise, mobilization, traveling. I'm backlit, probably really bad, which most folks don't care about. By the way, Kimball Company brought this container. They've been great to work with. For these jobs, if they're not far away, we'll have a 10-yard container dropped on site. We have it delivered with a couple tons of 411 limestone there for basing, and then we'll put debris in the backside, and we'll just kind of stage stuff as we need it. An interesting thing about this project, all this sand we were finding, this site, this location, used to be a sand pit before it was developed. So these containers are pretty handy. So we, again, since they're out of town, we'll have these containers dropped off with a couple yards of 411 in them or a couple tons. And then we've got room also to dump debris. And at the end of the day, we roll away and leave it. We're not worried about finding a place to dump. We're not worried about sourcing materials too much, and we get it all in one place. So that works out pretty well. And yes, we're still getting a dump truck at some point, right?
And not a bulldozer either.
No, we're getting a dump truck.
Maybe.
No, we're getting a dump truck.